Healing has a way of circling back to places we think are already settled. Sometimes we believe something from our past no longer affects us. We can talk about it calmly. We don't feel the same anger anymore, and the emotions aren't as sharp as they once were. So we assume that it means that we're healed. But sometimes the absence of anger doesn't mean the wound is gone. It just means we've learned how to live around it. For a long time, I believed nothing connected to my father still needed any healing in my life. His past had left so many marks on our family. Some of my siblings carried their reactions openly through anger, distance, resentment that never fully softened. But my response looked different. Where others pulled away from him, something in me leaned closer. I didn't see someone to reject. I saw someone broken, and loving him felt instinctive, almost protective, like I was responsible for holding something together that had already started falling apart. There's a memory from when I was young that stayed with me longer than I realized. My dad loved soccer. It was one of the only places where you could see his gift, where even in the middle of everything else in our home, he could still shine. I remember standing on the sidelines watching him play. For those moments, I saw the father I wish the world could always see. Strong, talented, someone to be proud of. But after those moments ended, reality returned. One day after a game, we took the bus home together. And on the ride, I realized how much weight I had quietly taken on as a child. I found myself doing things a little girl should never have to do. Watching over him, counting the bus stops, trying to make sure we made it home safely. There was a moment during that walk home that I will never forget. I stumbled and collapsed onto the sidewalk. And I remember standing there, small and powerless, wanting to help him, but knowing I couldn't lift him because he was too heavy. Falling in that moment felt like something settled inside of me. I didn't walk away. I stayed. And somewhere in my heart, a quiet decision formed. If others stepped back, I would step in. I didn't realize it then, but that moment planted something deep inside of me. The little girl who became strong too soon grew into a woman who didn't know how to stop being strong. Years later, something unexpected began happening. Even though my father had changed, even though that he had encountered God, I started noticing tension inside myself whenever he would call me. His voice made my chest tighten, and conversations that should have felt normal stirred irritation inside of me that I couldn't even explain. That confused me because I genuinely loved them. So I began asking God to remove those feelings. But the feelings didn't disappear. Instead, God began revealing something even deeper. I wasn't reacting to the father he had become. I was grieving the father I didn't have during the years that shaped me the most. Every kind word in adulthood brushed against a memory of silence, and every check-in reminded me of the seasons I learned to survive without that support. For the first time, I realized something important. Deliverance from addiction does not automatically heal the places that were shaped in survival. Healing still has to happen in the hearts that lived through it. That realization was difficult, but freeing, because it meant I could finally bring that grief before God. Not as anger, but as something that still needed healing. Scripture reminds us in 2 Corinthians 4:16, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. Healing is not always instant. Sometimes it's daily. Sometimes it's choosing restoration again every time an old memory resurfaces. One of the hardest parts of healing is recognizing the roles we stepped into just to survive. Roles we were never meant to carry. But God's restoration invites us to lay those roles down so the strength we developed in survival can finally be replaced by the healing we were always meant to receive. Before we go, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for trusting us enough to step in this process with you. From all of us at Trauma Uncovered, we're very grateful that you've joined us, and we're honored to be able to walk this journey with you. If this space has already felt meaningful to you, we'd love for you to stay connected. You can subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming segments, and you can follow us on all of our social media pages. All of the links are in the descriptions and comments below. We will be sharing encouragement scriptures, the reflection questions from this week, and details about our live conversations. We hope to see you soon.